am going on a spending spree to showcase the Clash of Clans update. There are some special offers in the shop which will help me to gem the new Overgrowth spell and Royal Champion equipment, all whilst giving you a guide on what to upgrade first. Let's buy everything. Before that, pressing the C in the top right and entering code Judo. That is a way you can support my channel before purchases, and it is always appreciated. With those purchases successful, let's begin with the spell. I already have the gold pass perks applied, so it is 4 million elixir for me rather than 5 million. But once you've upgraded this, first unlocked at Town Hall 12, we can begin to use the Overgrowth spell. One question that was asked a lot in my sneak peek video was, can you damage the buildings once they are trapped? And the answer is no. They are invincible. So it's a little bit different than the invisibility spell when you can still chain to them. The Electro Dragon, for example, would not deal damage to the buildings that are trapped. Exactly the same with a Super Archer Blimp or whatever other splash damage you could apply. But let's get that upgraded. How many Book of Building do I have just before I decide what I want to use? 26 Book of Building, 69 Hero Books, and 47 Book of Everything. So I think we're fine to use my Book of Building to finish this upgrade. Once you have done so, you will be able to upgrade the Overgrowth spell. Let's finish the Valkyrie, I guess, with gems because there's only a couple of days left. Oh, and it's Dark Elixir, of course. This first upgrade is at Town Hall 12. What? I don't think I'm saving that much. They've definitely got the wrong upgrade amount in there initially, but we can use a Book of Spells. Then we need some more Dark Elixir. Oh, 6,000. The perfect use of a Dark Elixir rune. That does, unfortunately, mean that the next upgrade might not work out as well. Let's use another Book of Spells. 280,000 this time, and we have 180. Oof. I just had a look, and there's no way that I can even get close to it. So what I'm going to do is cancel my super troops and then reactivate them to use some of the Dark Elixir. And I'm actually going to boost up my Super Bowler, because when I get to troop upgrades, you will see this is a troop I'm going to be using now. Now I don't feel as bad using that Rune of Dark Elixir and getting the Overgrowth spell to maximum level. That looks a little bit more realistic in terms of the discounts. Now, you do only increase the spell duration as you are upgrading the Overgrowth spell, so you could absolutely use this at level 1, but I do think it is going to change strategies as I highlighted in my Overgrowth spell video, so I would recommend trying to upgrade it to the maximum. Let's come back to the troop upgrades after, and we will move to building upgrades. Now, as you can see, there are new collector levels. The cost and time to upgrade these is a lot cheaper than the defenses, but I would only recommend upgrading these first if you have all of your builders available and you don't have enough for those defenses. Otherwise, I would leave the collectors until last. It's going to take a number of weeks before they actually give you more resources than what you lost out on as you were upgrading. What I would start with is the scatter shot. Well, for me, since I don't have enough actually, I am going to start with a piece of wall. I was so close to maxing them out, and they've added another 75 now. That means, though, that I can use my Rune of Gold a little bit more efficiently. And then the reason I would upgrade the Scatter Shot, not because of the damage, we only get an extra 5 damage per second, but the hit points. This is important because it will mean it takes an extra lightning spell alongside the Earthquake to take the Scatter Shot down. This is massive to try and defend any Zap Quake attacks. I will use my Book of Building on that one. Oh, 5 million gold. Okay, what I am going to do, I think, is upgrade a couple of these collectors and just leave them upgrading. I'll use a Builder Potion, another Rune of Gold, in order to upgrade my other Scatter Shot. I've got to say, I think the Gold Pass discounts being clearly highlighted is quite nice. Makes me feel like I'm getting value from purchasing it. Okay, what do I do with this 5 million? Oh, what might work quite well is if we buy 2.5 million gold from the Raid Metal Shop, upgrade one of those walls, and that gives us better value from the rune. Okay, that's a better way to go about that. Following the Scatter Shot, all of the Inferno Towers got an extra level, and on this, you actually get more significant DPS increases. So that would be what I would go with following it. Book of Building on that, 5.4 million. I've had my gold mines boosted and not collected for a day, so let's get that. The loot cart, I thought that was going to take us closer to the 7.2 million. Well, there is 2 million gold here, which means we can upgrade another piece of wall, and then we're only 75,000 off a collector now. There we go. Another collector upgrading. Then let's finish the other 2 Inferno Tower upgrades. We've only got 2 other defensive upgrades following the Inferno Towers. Firstly, the Tesla, 16 million gold. So when we use our Book of Building on that, we need 200,000 for a wall piece. That's it. In between each of these, I am going to have to do a quick farming attack to get the most value from the gold room. As ever with these gemming videos, I will give you a guide as to what to upgrade first. All of the Tesla collectively add quite a lot of DPS to your base, and it is also hidden. This in itself, I feel, makes it even more valuable damage per second because you can easier trip your opponent up. The final defense to get a new level in the update is the Seeking Air Mine. I don't know whether it's just me, but I can never bring myself to gem traps. So I am going to get 2 of these upgrading. I know it means that I have all of my builders working, but I have more than enough of the builder potions. And if I use 6 of these, I've lost count already, but that will mean that my collector levels will be finished in just a few hours. The Seeking Air Mines, whilst I've left them until last, they will help to defend the dragons, electro dragons, and super dragons who all got a HP buff in the recent update. Moving to the troop upgrades though, my number 1 priority, as I alluded to earlier, is going to be the bowler. So the 280,000 is in red. That obviously means I don't have enough. 107,000 is what I have. How much are those new Electro Owl levels? 184. By the way, I would not upgrade the Electro Owl until you have done all of the upgrades in the lab, because even with the extra 5 levels, unless you're a Town Hall 15, I really don't think I'm going to use the Electro Owl. So I'm not going to gem that as such. I guess that's the nature of a gemming video. Sometimes you do have to not get the best value, and that is just the way that it goes. In terms of the upgrades then, the bowler is what I would start with, because I feel the super bowler attacks are going to make a big comeback following this update. And obviously, to get the level 8 super bowler, you need your regular bowler to be that level. Another 100,000 dark elixir that I can't really do anything with. After the Super Bowler, though, we do then have the Minion and Hog Rider. These 2 troops, it really depends on if you're going to use them. The Minions, they're not that pivotal. It's more going to be for defending Super Minions, but a lot of players do use either the Super Hog Riders or the Hybrid attack. You might even choose to upgrade the Hog Rider before the Bowler if that is the type of strategy you use. So the troop priorities are a little bit more flexible based on your strategies, but the Hog Riders are going to be strong at maximum level, so that's why I am upgrading them here. Following that, I can go ahead and use a Rune of Elixir, and you have a couple of options. The Baby Dragon I use all of the time for funneling. Whilst I only tend to use 1 Baby Dragon in an army, it's still going to help every single one of my attacks. So if you use it for funneling, I would definitely recommend upgrading it as a priority, because it could be the difference maker in a successful attack or not. Then we have 7 million elixir. We're going to have to do an attack again. That was awesome. Oh, I have my builders working. What am I doing? I can't do the wall thing. Okay, well, let's use a Book of Building on the Seeking Air Mine. There is always one slip up in these videos. I will get that builder working once I've done a bit of farming. But let's use another elixir rune. And the other main upgrade I would recommend is the Siege Barracks. I talked about this in my sneak peek video, but you get an extra hecker out of this siege machine. So especially if you are a hybrid attacker, this is typically the siege machine you use with that. This might be the upgrade you do right after the Hog Riders. I personally don't use the log launcher much at Town Hall 16, so I tend to leave the upgrades I don't use until the end, and that is essentially what I'm left with right now. Let's see if we can get something researching though. 2 million elixir here, and another million. 500,000 here, 2.5 million there, and then I guess I'll use some CWL medals. That means I can start the recall upgrade because I am going to be doing the recall super bowler attack a little bit more often, but to be honest, it's kind of a pointless upgrade for me because it's not going to allow me to recall any extra healers or anything like that. But we all want everything max level, right? I'll just let that upgrade in the background. The final thing to do is upgrade the Royal Champion equipment. Now, if you've already upgraded your blacksmith to level 9 like I did, you will automatically have the Hog Rider puppet and the haste vial. Whilst I don't always gem everything to maximum level, I just upgrade the important stuff to give you a guide. I will be upgrading both of the equipment to maximum level. I would start with the haste vial. I did give you advice on how to use these in my sneak peek video, but you want to assure you have upgraded the new equipment to a comparable level of your Royal Gem and the Seeking Shield. And if you are going to put your ore into any one of these two equipment, I would definitely go with the haste vial for the majority of players. Let's see how far we get. The special offers in the shop were only the ore offers that were there the last couple of days. I thought they were going to add more into the shop, but with those purchases, I think we can get the haste vial to maximum level, probably only going to have to gem the Hog Rider puppet. I've mentioned this a couple of times, but every 3 levels is when you get significant jumps in the active ability. This is when it costs glowy ore, and these are typically the thresholds that you want to get your equipment to so that you're managing your ore effectively. The haste vial provides DPS increases to your Royal Champion throughout the entire attack, which is clearly a big advantage, but the active ability knocks her into overdrive. So once you have it up to level 12 or 15, that's when you could definitely replace the Seeking Shield. This next upgrade though, 2,700 shiny ore and 600 glowy ore, will get my haste vial to maximum level. The shiny ore is okay, but the glowy ore is always where the bottleneck lies. I can actually purchase some from the trader here, even though there's not many. I might as well go ahead and get the shiny ore as well. For a lot of strategies, this is the equipment I would recommend, the haste vial and the Royal Gem. However, the Hog Rider puppet can be very good if you're combining it with the Grand Warden's Eternal Tome. So let's begin to upgrade that and see how far my glowy ore gets me. For me, I will still be using the Queen Charge into Root Rider attack. I will also be testing out the Super Bowler attack and seeing which one gives me the best success. But alongside the Root Riders, I have found that using the Royal Champion ability just before the Grand Warden ability allows me to capture all of the Hog Riders inside the Eternal Tome, and it can be very effective. Plus, I have a video coming up where I need all of my equipment to be maximum level to give me the best success. So be sure to subscribe in order to see that video. And that is why I had gemmed all of my equipment to maximum level. We are on to purely using gems for the ore, and there's nothing else I can do. I bought them from the trader shop, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's see if we can get to maximum level here without actually having to purchase some. I think that might be far-fetched. I can't remember how many gems I had. 2,300. Oh my gosh, we need another 600 glowy ore here, which is 3,000 gems. I think I want to say I had 8,000 at the start of the video, and I've used some of them, obviously. Okay, we do have enough for that, but we're almost out of shiny ore as well, actually. Okay. Well, we've got 2 more levels. Level 17. Are we going to need to make a purchase? No! Let's go to store.supercell.com because I get 10% more gems for my purchase. You can enter a creator code here as well, so thank you for using code Judo. The 14,000 gems then gets deposited into my account. That now gives me enough gems to get my Hog Rider puppet to maximum level. That is my recommendation of what to upgrade first in this update. If you want to see when I gemmed every hero equipment and gave strategy, I have that video linked on your screen. Enjoy the rest of your day.